drive at the first part of day one went to Herman Silwalt and Paul Helberg, who was superb over the rough stuff. Berthold and Costain were next, literally flying along. With 2005 national champion Terence Marsh and Peter Groenewald in the Regent Racing pack also driving a controlled yet quick first half. Bevan Berthold and Robin Houghton were next to appear in their Castrol Toyota, and the man with a new fitness regime was keeping it together nicely. He called day one a hardcore route. After Hutchison and Bergman's 5-minute time loss in the prologue, the 05 champ threw caution to the wind and let her rip. Gary Gillingham and Peter van Vieren in their Kopenhagen Hotel Super Team bat started off in 20th, but were also patiently biding their time. But the cries were going like the proverbial Boeing, and it seemed everything they touched in 2007 turned to gold for their new sponsor, Regent Racing. Clint Gibson and Mike Brown in their absolute bat were 23rd off the line in the morning, but halfway through day one, they quietly slipped into the top 20. But further back, the dust made it difficult for the no-windscreen space-frame cars, such as Nardis Alberts and Colin Hunter in their Rapsa bat. Schilling and Oosthuizen in the Plastotech Ace car were doing what they set out to do and going smoothly. While Van Tonder and Guapo were giving it horns in the 4th Ford Ranger on the flats. The typical Botswana midday winter heat was also starting to play a role, and drivers and navigators had to keep an eye on all the gauges on the dashboard to ensure a safe passage through day one. The Weifeld's Toyota Hilux bears a reference to an awesome god, and in the Toyota Kalahari Botswana 1000 Desert Race, there are a lot of prayers that make their way up. The third Regent Racing Special, that of Michael Whitehouse and Dean Langton, was 14th in class at the start of the day, but was also solid in the dust of the desert. And for Roacon, the David and Gary White sibling combination was proving to be a good one. In Class D, another family connection, the Duplessis, Yuri and Andre were piloting their BB Auto Nissan into the top 30 with a very controlled drive. But they could not let off for a second, or they would have Bez Besaidnout and Johan de Bruyn's Adenko bats dust in their faces. Walter Duplessis was still the first single driver out there in his Sandmaster, while the Barkhuisens were keeping the communication lines open in their Rubicon Toyota. Yet another set of brothers, Henry and Maurice Matten, joined the Nissan stable this year under the Ryobi banner, but mechanically things have not quite gone for them. They started off in 58th place. Someone else who wasn't having it all his own way was Neil Woolridge, who was still battling with that starter motor and the odd wrong slot. Class D second places Malcolm Cock and Wayne Brink had their Castrol Toyota ticking along nicely and were in the hunt. And talking hunting, the Raconic squad with Kutsia Labuskaghni at the wheel and his trusty nab Johan Gerber back next to him were hunting for more points after a good showing at Sun City. More off-road right after this.
Vehicle and asset